Hey, everybody. So good to spend time with you. And Barry, I have a question for you. What am I doing right now?
That is the peace sign.
That is the peace sign, a commonly known sign that stands for peace. And you might be wondering, what is peace? And peace is when you choose your thoughts and your words and your actions in a way that is not about fighting and not about disagreeing, right? So you're going to choose peaceful thoughts, peaceful words, peaceful actions, and you're going to choose them in such a way that they are not about fighting and warring and arguing and disagreeing, but about finding ways to understand. So that is what peace is, and that it could be peace in your home and your family. That could be peace in our community and our country, and peace in our world. And there are different religions and cultures that even use the word peace as a greeting, like we might say hello. There are phrases or words that you can use to say hello, but you're actually saying peace. And I love that because they're affirming peace in greeting somebody. So in Christianity, you might say, peace be with you, peace be with you. In the Hebrew language, you might say shalom, which means peace. And in the Hindi language, you might say shanti, which also means peace. So peace is out there, it's everywhere, it's important to every person. And there are some symbols that go with peace. Barry, what are some of the symbols that we have that go with peace?
So I believe you're going to share your screen here. The we got the dove, and the dove has an olive branch in its mouth, which is another symbol of peace. We got the peace sign, the peace symbol, and a peace crane here. So all of these are kind of graphic visual images for peace.
That's true. These are common ones, and you'll find them all over the world in all different cultures. These things stand for peace. It's not really about where you live. They're very commonly accepted as symbols of peace. But I'm wondering, even more than that, what is the feeling of peace?
Well, I think the feeling of peace is that you're safe where you are, and that it kind of gives you an opportunity to let go of feeling anxious or being afraid. That you feel like you belong where you are, that uh, you can rest, you can you can share love with other people. You're calm, and that you're in a community that isn't under threat and that isn't threatening anybody else. So I think that's the feeling of it. The feeling of belonging, I think, is a big part of peace.
I would agree with that. And sometimes people will ask me, okay, so how does peace start, right? Who's in charge? Who's in charge of peace, right? Who's in charge of peace for all of these different areas? Or how does peace start? And I have something important that you need to know. Peace begins with you. Peace begins with every person uh, in their own way. So peace begins with you, and you are a peacemaker. Peace begins with me, and I am a peacemaker. You could even say that with me. Peace begins with me, and I am a peacemaker. All right, so here is an idea to show you that. I have a ladder here. See my ladder? And I don't know if you've ever tried to stand up a ladder, but it does not stand on its own. Do you see how my ladder wants to keep falling over there? It needs something to stabilize it, to hold it up. A ladder needs something to hold it up. Even a ladder that stands on its own, you may see often there is another person there holding the ladder, right? A ladder works best when there are people holding it up. And we are going to call this our peace ladder, right? We're going to pretend this ladder is just like peace. And peace also needs people to hold it up. And guess what? That's what being a peacemaker is. When you choose peaceful actions and peaceful words and peaceful thoughts, you are holding up the ladder of peace. All right? And even better, you are already doing a lot of things that are holding the ladder of peace. One of the easiest ones, you can smile. A smile is a really easy way to hold up the ladder of peace. What's another idea, Barry?
I think saying you're sorry and asking for forgiveness when you hurt somebody else, and taking responsibility for your actions. I think that's another way to be a peacemaker.
I think that's a really good one. Being honest and telling the truth
Yeah.
is a good way to be a peacemaker.
I think another good way is listening, because a lot of times we argue with other people, but we're not really listening to where they're coming from. So I think a great way of being a peacemaker is to actually listen to other people, to what they're saying, and to slow ourselves down enough to try to understand somebody else's point of view.
So working together and caring about people and finding ways to be helpful, those are all really good ways to bring peace and to help hold up the ladder of peace.
I think another good way is being creative. So lots of times we're looking for solutions, and there doesn't seem to be a solution of how we can get along with somebody. But if we're creative, we can learn, and we can open ourselves to a higher idea we might not have thought of before. And I think it'll be there. If our intention is to be peaceful, we'll find ways to be peaceful.
All right. So once again, the ladder of peace, ways that you're going to hold up the ladder of peace. Anytime that you are helpful, you are forgiving, you are caring, you seek out trying to understand someone else, you are a peacemaker, and you are holding up the ladder of peace. So another question that people sometimes ask me is, what if I'm too little, right? What if I'm not old enough? What if it's just me? What difference does it make? Is there anything I can do? And the great news that goes with that is that being a peacemaker has nothing to do with how old you are or how big you are or how many of you they are, right? It's all about just you. And I have a great story. The story is a children's story from China, and it really shows this. So in the story, there's an elephant, a great big giant elephant, and there's a hummingbird. And a hummingbird is a tiny, tiny little bird. So the hummingbird hears that the sky is going to fall. The sky is going to fall. And the elephant's walking by and sees the hummingbird laying on its back with its feet sticking straight up in the air. And the elephant says, "Hummingbird, what are you doing?" And the hummingbird says, "Hey, I heard the sky might fall, and I thought I could put my feet up to help hold up the sky." And the elephant just laughs and laughs and laughs and says, "Hummingbird, you are the tiniest little bird, and you have these tiny little feet. What difference does it make for you to try and help hold up the sky?" And the hummingbird says, "Well, it takes everyone doing their part to hold up the sky. And this is what I can do." And that is true of you as well. Peace takes everybody doing their part. And it doesn't matter how old you are or how big you are, you can also help hold up the ladder of peace. All right, we have an affirmation today. And our affirmation is, I am the key to peace. I am the key to peace. Barry, are you the key to peace?
I am the key to peace. Yes, I am.
Yeah, me too. All right, and today I'm going to leave you with the idea of lighting a candle. There are so many cool reasons to light a candle, and today I am going to light this candle for peace. And you could do this as well. Find a candle, get a little bit of help, light your candle, and you can affirm peace. Peace for you, peace for your family and in your home, peace in your school, in your community, and peace in the world. All right, everybody. See ya.